Hey everybody, so another one I've been asked really quite a lot recently is about how do I disable my take profit? How can I sort of set my take profit so that it doesn't stop me out of trades and I don't lose money or I don't lose profits that I would have made otherwise? I think this is coming from Ripple, really. A lot of these comments and this question seem to come up when Ripple was really going up very quickly. Obviously people saw it going up and up and up and they'd put money in and they obviously wanted to take this much of the profit, but they didn't want it to sort of stop and close their position here. You know, the take profit kicks in, it automatically closes the trade, returns their money to their available balance over here. They didn't want that to happen, and then they miss out on this bit of profit. So they keep asking me. There isn't any way to actually disable the take profit at the moment. As far as I'm aware, there's no way to do that. So the take profit works as a percentage of your current trade size. All right. So if here, I'm in my portfolio. If I go to gold here, okay. So here I am in gold. This is a gold trade that I've got active at the moment. It's just a small one. Here you can see the amount I've got, the amount of units I've got, the open, where I opened it, the price it was when I started the trade. This is the current price here. There's my stop loss, which is also the automatic pre-specified level where if it ever reaches that amount, it'll automatically close the trade for me. It's a way to stop losing money. It's like a safety switch. And the take profit is the other one. Both of these are ways to exit trades. Stop loss if it's going low or I'm losing money, stop it at that point. If I'm making money, it's a way to cash out your profits. So here in the TP column, you can just click on it and you come back to this edit trade dialog here, this window. When you open a trade, obviously you can set your take profit and your stop loss when you open the trade. Once it's opened, you can keep changing it manually. So here we are. Here's my stop loss, here's my take profit. At the moment it's set at 1,400. If I try to set that, so that's at 336.57% of the position amount. So if basically what I have now, it goes up 336.57%, that's that number. That's what it's saying. I can either set it as amount or as a rate. That's the amount in dollars. I'm happy when I've made this much, close the position, and this is the amount in the actual position, like here. So when it reaches this, I'm happy, cash it out. So if I want, I could put that up to, let's try and put it up to 1,600, and let's see what it says. It won't let me. Boom, it won't. So the maximum I can set it at is 1584.52. That's, you see this number here, that's the actual spot price of it at the moment. So at the moment it's 1320. The most it'll let me set my take profit at is 1584. In amount, that would be $299 of profit, which is really nice. But it's 997.30% of the position amount. So the most you can set your take profit is 1,000% or near 1,000% of your position amount. And the way you can keep this moving, you can go in as your asset rises in profit. If gold goes up to 1,325, later on, I can come back in here, but I have to do that. Unfortunately, I can't just disable it altogether. I can come back in and I can just click here and readjust it upwards, you see. Look, boom, boom, boom. I can keep readjusting it upwards as the value increases. And then obviously that will reflect here, that will show here. That's the only way to do it. They've kept the take profit. I know a lot of people just kind of want to get rid of it completely because it's a hassle going in, and especially the cryptos. They're so volatile, or at least Ripple did seem that extraordinary on that day or those few days, that it's like, oh my god, it's just going to keep going up and I may just blow through my take profit, and that's a bit useless. But no, there's no way you can do it. You can just adjust upwards. If you're making 1,000% every day, it's worth the hassle to reset the take profit. Do you know what I mean? I know it's not. It would be ideal in other situations if it's not, but still, 1,000% a day is quite a lot. Or if it's going up, you can adjust it every half hour or every hour. You just have to keep manually adjusting upwards. I think one of the reasons, if I go here and I go to, here's Binance, this is another exchange I'm on, which is a pure crypto exchange. I think some people are maybe more used to the pure crypto exchanges, maybe, or they're unfamiliar with trading. I mean, when I first started doing this, trying to learn how to trade and stuff, I didn't know what take profit was. I didn't know that you could only set it at 1,000% of your position size on Etoro. I didn't know how to go in and adjust it upwards. You can do that for any asset, by the way. You can go into your portfolio, into that asset, click on the TP column and just adjust it upwards. I didn't know you could do any of that. now, because I'm a bit more familiar with the other crypto exchanges, I also understand that on the other crypto exchanges it works quite differently. It doesn't work as a sort of a single trade. On Etoro, we make a trade and we set a take profit on that trade and a stop loss on that trade. On the other exchanges, for instance here's my, I'll put a link to this in the description, Binance. I made some videos about signing up for Binance, which I'll link to up here. I now realize it's on my left. I'll link to those ones so you can see how I signed up to Binance and why I went there, because I was looking for other coins. Anyhow, so on these crypto exchanges, you'll buy your cryptos. This is not on Etoro. On Etoro, it still at the moment treats cryptos as an individual trade. You can't sort of sell part of your Bitcoin trade on Etoro. You can't sell, you know, you have to sell it as a whole chunk. You buy it as a chunk and you close the position as a chunk as well. I'll make a video about those differences later. But just about the take profit and stop loss, I think some people might be used to this sort of thing where you buy a crypto, these are cryptos that I have. It looks like a lot. I don't have much of any of them, but I like these ones, whatever. This is not investment advice. I have to keep saying that. I'm not a financial guru, so don't just buy these because I've bought them. Because if they lose money, I don't know if they're going to lose money. It's just my suggestion. You have to go and find like pros if you want investment advice. But anyhow, these are the ones I've got. And when you buy them on here, you sort of buy the coin. Let's say Tron. I've got 377 Tron. That sounds like a lot, but they're like 40 cents each or something. Anyhow, so I've got 377. There's no take profit or stop loss set on here with that. These are them. I'm holding them. These are in my wallet on Binance. And I've bought them and they just sit there. So if the value of Tron goes to 0, then I have 377 times 0. If the value of Tron goes up to $1,000 per Tron, you know, then I suddenly have 377 times $1,000. It doesn't matter. I just hold the coins. I just have the coins. If they go up in value, yay, I've still got 377 of them. Now they're each worth more. They go down in value, I have 377 of them, and they're each worth less. See, there isn't a take profit and a stop loss in the same way. I know that you can, in the trades, if I go to trade here, and I go to, I'm going to trade Tron against Bitcoin. If I do that, I can set stop limits here. I can do it. I can set a stop limit. Or I could set a take profit, or I could set a stop loss via the stop limit here. But you don't have to. It's kind of optional, you know. You can just hold them. So, you know, it's an extra degree of functionality. I think as Etoro is furiously working, I think, or they said they were at least like 6, 7, 8 months ago or something, on their crypto wallet. And I think as they move more into, you know, really trading, being able to give people the functionality of these other crypto exchanges, we'll start to maybe see a different approach to how they treat stop losses and take profits in cryptos. Because the idea of holding a coin is that there's two ways of approaching cryptos. You know, you can sort of you can trade actively, so you try and buy low. When it gets high and you think it's going to go down, you sell there and you wait till it goes down in value, or you short sell it. And then when it gets there, you buy it again. You buy the dips, buy low, sell high. You're actively engaged in trading. The other way people approach cryptos is more passive. They call it just holding, you know, or hodling or whatever. Holding coins basically means you buy them and you just wait. I don't care if the market's going to go up and down, but over time, over the, you know, short to medium term or long term, or, you know, it could be 6 months, could be a year, could be 5 years. You know, they think they're going to go up and they don't want to be actively trading. They just want to hold them and let them go up. So if you're just going to be holding, then you don't really want so much take profit, really, and stop loss. You know, it still could do, but, you know, it's a different approach. And I think Etoro is probably looking at how it can incorporate that mindset as well. And I think they're probably trying to do that with their wallet, which they're developing. I'm not sure, though. You'd have to ask them. I don't know. But there we are. So you can't adjust you can't remove your take profit yet on cryptos. There we are. That's as brief as I can make it. And there is a difference between Etoro and other crypto exchanges. So here we are. Hope that helps.